Okay, so good morning, everyone. Thank you all for joining this comic doodle session. Okay, I see a lot of familiar faces here and a few new faces, so I think it's great to see all of you guys. I hope all of you are safe at home. I know it's a school holiday and you guys are very bored, but hopefully today we'll have some fun. Okay, so first and foremost, before we start, the first question I would like to ask everyone is, do you read comics?
Yes.
So yeah, tell us why you like to read comics.
I'm not.
Okay, so now the next question is, what comics or manga do you read? What is Dogman, Johan?
Man,
Oh yeah, Dogman is great. It's big, silky.
Yeah, super famous now, I think, among the children.
Oh, okay.
Met him before Dave Pilkey.
Okay, then the next question is, do you all have a favorite character or superhero or villain in comics?
Eli don't have.
Don't have, okay. It's okay, then you all can create your own heroes today. Yeah.
I think to you, Iron Man is the person, the superhero is very good at
ironing.
Yeah, Son Goku. Okay, there's really quite a lot of characters.
Any of you know
there
Son Goku?
Yes, very Dragon Ball.
Dragon Ball, I like Dragon Ball.
Dragon Ball, right? Yeah. Okay, so anyway, right, just to share, creating a comic, right? There are many parts that go into planning and creating a comic. So you have to tell a story, you have to introduce characters, you have to introduce like the universe, the world which characters are living in. So you have many people involved in making just a simple comic. So you have script writers, you have artists, and you also have publishers and people who actually print the comics also. So it's not something that can be done simply by one person. It's a collective effort, basically. Okay. So, but for today, right, what we will do is you'll play the role of all these people. You'll think of a short story, you'll be an artist, and you also think about the dialogue. So there's many things that you'll be trying to attempt today. Okay. So what we'll be doing today is we'll be creating a very simple 4-panel comic strip. Okay. Have you all seen or read any 4-panel comic strips before? In newsletters or on the newspapers, you have Garfield, right? You see Garfield, you see Peanuts, those kind of 3 or 4-panel comics. So those are like very short comics.
In my textbook.
Yeah,
in my textbook.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Okay. The reason why these 4-panel comics are so easy to read and understand is because they are short and simple, and then they usually have like a punchline at the end, and they can be quite funny or they can be quite the total opposite of what you read in the first panel. So that's how people create this kind of impact in a very short comic. Okay, so before we start, I hope all of you have your drawing materials ready, your paper and pen, pencils, everything ready. Okay, so now I would like to hand over the time to our friends from Dimsum Warriors, Colin and Yen Yen. Okay, thank you.
Hello.
Hi, you can call me Auntie Yen Yen.
Just call me Colin. Okay.
Uncle Colin.
Hello, Auntie Yen Yen. Good morning, Uncle Colin. Sorry.
So we're gonna first share. We make a comic series called Dimsum Warriors. We'll share one of our stories with you first. So we like making food things and making food comics.
Hence we have a char siu bao.
Yeah.
As our hero.
So after this session, I'll give you a link. You can actually download our app and read our comics for free. So I'm gonna share with you our story first. So Colin is gonna read the voices for Bao Man so that you know what we do. So okay, are you ready? Colin, are you ready?
This is our book, which is called Bao Man. Bao Man. I am Bao Man. Now you got to read it in that voice because for some reason all superheroes, male superheroes anyway, have that voice because you got to be taken seriously, right? Can you imagine Batman? If Batman had a squeaky voice, right? Right now you see Bao Man here has a voice just like that. I am Bao Man. It's like I am Batman. But if he had a squeaky voice, nobody would take him seriously, right? I am Batman. Nobody will take you seriously. So you got to read it in that voice. I am Bao Man. Hi, Chow Chow Bao. Xiao Jiao Shamai. I am Bao Man. Why is your voice so weird? Do you have a cold? Of course not. Can't you see that Baozi is trying to be a superhero? Superhero? What superhero? I am. Wait! Superheroes are all tall and strong, so when bad guys see them, they get scared and run away. But you look more like you're boy. Super cuddly! Cuddly? What kind of superhero is cuddly? Why? All that matters is that superheroes help people. Why should we care about how they look? Oh, please. Superheroes are not ordinary heroes. They must have super costumes and also superpowers. You have a super costume, but do you have superpowers? Do you have super high-tech armor like Super Manto, the Manto of Steel? Are you from a planet of super strong dumplings like Wonder Wonton? Were you bitten by a radioactive cockroach and now have the powers of a cockroach, like the astonishing Captain Cockroach? He makes people want to hug him. That's not a power. Imagine if robbers are robbing a bank. Super Manto will protect people with his armor, and Wonder Wonton will stop the robbers from escaping. Captain Cockroach will tickle the armpits of the bad guys until they give up. What can Bowman do? He uses his superpowers to make the robbers come over and hug him and stop their evil ways. Bowman, you're amazing. Thanks to your superpowers, the bad guys were all caught and nobody got hurt. Bowman, you're our favorite kind of superhero. Yay! Okay, so that's just a little taste of what we do.
And we do it in both Chinese and English, actually. So
yeah.
We thought...
So download it off our app and...
Yeah. You can read all the stories. Yeah. So we thought we'll start with some warm-up drawing. So Colin is going to take suggestions. So the theme for today, so let's come up with some characters. We'll warm up first before we go to the 4-panel comics. So you can key in your suggestions in the chat, or you can, so we need a suggestion. We're going to combine food and superheroes. So name a food and a superhero, and we'll combine them, and we will all draw together. Okay. If you need Colin to slow down, you can let him know. So let's all warm up with drawing by just drawing some on a blank piece of paper or notebook. We're taking suggestions. Name a food and any superhero that you want.
Donut.
Donut. Okay. Donut. Mushroom and Superman. Donut and.
Okay. Let's do a mushroom since. I think Justin came up with the first combination, so let's do it.
Mushroom and Superman. Okay, let's draw together Mushroom and Superman. So everybody draw together. And as he's drawing, you can ask some questions about how he's drawing. So do you usually start with the head, Colin?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mushroom and Superman.
Don't go so fast, okay?
Okay. I have the 6-pack.
Okay, so Superman always has the 6-pack. The 6-pack, I'll translate some things in Chinese in case you're interested. The 6-pack is called the Fu Ji, the Fu Ji, the Jiro. That's the Jiro. The Fu Ji is the 6-pack.
We noticed a lot of superheroes wear their underwear on the outside.
Yeah, so there's a reason for that. Colin, can I ask you about the the six pack. So you drew those lines
Mhm.
to show the muscles, huh?
Mhm.
Okay.
I have no idea why I started drawing this sideways a little. Yeah.
My six packs look like a smiley face. Oh, do you want to tell us why is it that why do superheroes always wear their underwear on the outside?
Because when superheroes were first invented in America in the 1930s, a lot of they were inspired by strong men in a circus who tended to wear just their underwear or some form of costume involving having their underwear on the outside for some reason, like a gymnastics costume. So like weightlifters, you notice a lot of weightlifters just turn up in their swimming trunks or underwear. It's to suggest strength.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's why it started out that way. But if you notice right now, there's many modern superheroes.
Like the Avengers.
Yeah, they don't wear their underwear on the outside anymore.
We have actually another suggestion
Okay.
from Johan.
Mm-hmm.
Burger and Luke Skywalker.
Burger and Luke Skywalker. So here we have Super Mushroom.
Super Mushroom. Mushroom in Chinese is 蘑菇.
So, okay, what's the next one? Let's do...
okay, so you can do the coloring later.
Yeah, I'll do the coloring later and I'll put them up on our website.
Yeah, Colin, maybe you pause for a little while for everybody to catch up and then you can do the next one. Yeah. So you can write down the character's name there. So this is from...
this one, Justin, right?
Justin, yeah. Mushroom Superman.
Oh, Super Mushroom.
Super Mushroom. What color would you listen?
Well, the classic Superman costume is blue. Blue with a red cape.
Hmm.
So I was asking a question earlier, which is, do your kids actually miss going out or do you secretly like staying at home? Just curious.
I just like staying at home when I get to play my video game.
See, that's why I suspected. I actually suspect that. We do many of these doodle dates, and quite a few of the kids, the parents always say, "Oh, poor thing, they're stuck at home." And quite a few of the kids have been saying, "No, actually, we kind of like being at home." So yeah.
It depends on how long, if it's like, but they do miss, a lot of people miss.
They miss their friends.
Friends and birthday parties and so on.
I don't really miss my friends because I can call them almost every day.
Really? Is it different calling on the phone and meeting them in person?
Well, nowadays, so many kids, right?
The only thing is, it's a bit like...
Yeah, you guys, when you get together in person, you're also playing on screens. It's true.
So, yes, it's true, but but okay, network games, right? Network games. So still communicating, but through the machine to the other side.
When they're at VIVITA, they're making stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, and making and connecting at the same time.
It's fun, actually.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
We actually really like drawing together with kids, and Colin and our daughter draw together all the time. Yeah, I just draw badly, but it's okay.
Okay, you do other things.
I do other things. Can I borrow a blue?
Hang on a second.
Okay, thanks.
There you go. Classic. Super mushroom.
Okay, we have several more suggestions.
Great.
Shall we go to the next idea? So we can finish coloring later.
Mhm.
The next one is from Johan. Okay, so the next superhero has to be a woman, okay? Now they're all men. Burger and
Can Luke Skywalker be a woman?
Burger and Luke Skywalker. Next one, I think after that.
After
that. So
Burger and Luke,
Luke Skywalker.
Luke Skyburger.
Luke Skyburger. Burger we are now in Taiwan, so in Taiwan we call it 汉堡. And then with cheese it's 起司汉堡.
起司汉堡.
起司汉堡. Yeah, we call it 汉堡. And it's a 汉堡 is a big breakfast thing in Taiwan. A lot of people eat 汉堡 for breakfast.
It's kind of fun. Oh, what else?
Are there any like local flavors of a hanbao in Taiwan that is not available in Singapore?
Not really. So but they like to put peanut butter in a lot of things.
Ah,
And
Yeah.
pork roll,
Yeah.
so,
A roll song, but I don't think it's in a burger. Pork floss is in a burger, but they like to put peanut butter, 花生酱. So because my daughter has a peanut allergy, so wherever we go, we have to very carefully ask whether there's 花生酱. This is. Yeah, you can chat with us and ask questions, while you're drawing. I think most of you are very focused on the drawing.
I draw hair on my burger.
You grow hair on where?
on your hamburger.
Yeah, the hair.
Oh,
Okay.
you want to show? Oh,
Very good.
a hairy hamburger.
I see a lot of you. Wow, wow. Did you actually watch the original?
Oh, okay, we have a girl.
Mhm.
Lettuce layer.
Continuing the Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Star Wars franchise.
Normally, I would think
and
of here as having cinnamon rolls.
Well, I Colin, like the way how you draw the sesame on the bun, like that's how to draw with a little C.
Little C, huh? It's not a dot, it's a C.
Yeah.
Well, what's the difference in effect between a dot and a C?
It's to make it less obvious, maybe. It's just the shadow of the burger, of the sesame seeds. What color is Luke Skywalker's lightsaber? Does anyone remember?
Blue. I think it's blue. Blue.
You're right. I remember when it first came out, Star Wars, the very first time I was 7.
Why you put jagged?
It's a lightsaber.
So it's jagged
Yeah,
because it's not hard, right? It's a
Yeah,
light.
not hard,
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
It's the classic sound of the lightsaber.
So you can think of so any of these characters that you created later, you can use it for your 4-panel comic. That any of the characters that you like. Colin, why do you leave some white?
No, it's I guess to indicate some light. Clearly, there's light coming off the lightsaber in front of him. So
Also, bread. I mean, it's uneven, right? The color is uneven on the piece of bread.
You could color it all in if you do. Sometimes I don't fully color things in because people get the idea, and also I save on my markers. Sometimes it's as simple a reason as that.
So I think we're now in a Star Wars theme already. What's Star Wars in Chinese? 星球大战嘛，星球大战来讲。
星球大战，对。
星球大战 ，yeah. You can show, if you're done with your drawing, you can show us also what you've done. Well, Johan, let's see. Were you showing something? Ah, okay. Yen has something. Let's see. Let's like. Oh, cool! Wow!
Look at that. Awesome.
Great.
Wow. Very cool.
There you go. Luke hamburger. Luke Skyburger. Luke cheeseburger.
Okay, we have
Lettuce. Is it?
we have lettuce layer, bubble tea Thanos, Black Widow burnt pancake. You can choose which one. So we need one of the girls, of course.
Okay.
Lettuce layer or Black Widow burnt pancake.
Which is fun.
Lettuce layer or
Lettuce layer, since we have a Luke hamburger.
Luke hamburger, yeah.
Lettuce layer.
Oh, I see Johan's baby. Ah, Hoi Leong, let's see. Quite good. Look at Hoi Leong's. Let's spotlight. Oh, look at that.
Awesome. Wow.
Wow. I see the shadows on the sleeves too. Very cool. Very cool.
Good job, Johan.
Any of you want to show what you drew also?
Yeah, show us what you drew. We're now doing lettuce layer. Lettuce in Mandarin is 不是 cabbage is 高丽菜, lettuce is 生菜.
I drew a cabbage.
You drew a cabbage? Wait, change to
Change.
change.
Okay, lettuce.
Is it fine if we don't follow yours, but then we
Yes, please feel free to do your own.
Yeah, you can draw your interpretation of lettuce layer or even something else as well. Yeah,
There's several ideas there.
Yeah, please feel free.
Yeah, some of you that have your own ideas, you can draw your own ideas out. No?
Yeah.
Bubble tea Thanos is very funny.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, we're looking forward to see. And pizza and Ant-Man.
Pizza and Ant-Man, yeah, push, yeah. We move left a bit.
Move left a bit.
This is lettuce. This is Oof. She's fierce.
She a top. Why is she holding a gun?
Why is she wearing a what?
Why is she carrying a gun? That's
Why
what
is
she
she wearing a gun?
That's what she did in
Leia?
That's
Princess
what she
Leia?
did in the first Star Wars, which
Oh,
was
then she's a murderer.
episode 4.
She was fighting against the Empire.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
She was a rebel fighting against the
That's
Empire. So after this one, we're actually gonna take a pause and then move to thinking about the 4-panel comic. Is that
Yeah.
okay?
Sure.
Yeah.
And then we can come back to
Okay. Yeah.
if there's time. Yeah.
We would love to see your drawing, so send it to us. I'll give you my email. Yeah.
The bullets came out from the side.
No, these are ray guns, right? So
They're not bullets, ray guns. Is that what you use, ray gun?
That's what it was.
Yeah. Pew, pew, pew. What's the sound of a ray? What's the sound of a ray gun? What? Pew, 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 pew. No, that's
No, that's a lightsaber.
That's a lightsaber. There's in comics there are always a lot of sound effects. Yeah. How would you spell the sound effect?
Pew pew pew. I don't know. P-I-U.
P-E-U? P-I-P-U?
P-I-U, maybe. The best part is you can make it up yourself, as long as you can pronounce whatever it is you're spelling.
Yeah.
Megadon.
H, show us your, if you're done, show us your drawing. Pew, pew, pew. Chinese sound effects and English sound effects are different. Right?
Yeah.
I think Japanese and French also different.
Hey.
Okay, anyone finish? You want to show us? Okay, let's see. Johan. Oh, look at that. See?
Awesome.
And he's got sound effects. Right. Yeah, the sound effects are great. That's great. That's great, John.
Awesome.
Anyone else want to show us your drawing? There first.
Mm-hmm. You know, we do this a couple of Saturdays a month on our Facebook
This
page.
Saturday we're doing another.
So if you guys have fun doing this kind of dumb stuff, please join us.
You can join us at the Dimsum Warriors Facebook page. Actually, this Saturday we're having a session at 10:30.
Yeah. So if you're bored,
actually, I don't know what the theme is this Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to. So when you finish, you can. Anybody wants to show us? Anybody else wants to show your
share
art?
your artwork.
Then, did you draw anything? Yes, I thought your suggestion was quite interesting. So if you drew it, we'd like to see.
Oh, bubble tea Thanos, I would love to.
You want to do one more bubble tea Thanos? Okay, we'll do one more first. Bubble tea.
Okay, sure.
Bubble tea, Thanos.
Oh, so could say, can we please have a look at the mushroom man for a minute? Yeah, maybe
Sure.
yes. Yes. Maybe put it at the corner while you draw the.
Okay, so I can do this. Is this
Okay, thanks, Yen Yen.
okay? It's good. Mushroom. This is so this request is bubble tea Thanos. Jaden's request. Bubble tea. So what Colin, do you like mashing up different things, different ideas?
It's just silly and fun.
Yeah, so often Colin does this for warm up also to kind of get the creative juices going, like combining things that you didn't could be combined. It's always quite fun for creative.
Basically, draw stuff that amuses you.
Mm.
I guess the bubble tea, and also in this case, should be taro flavored.
So you're drawing the bubbles with a little bit of white.
Again, they're usually a reflection. Right? There's a bit of shine. Let's get it.
Who likes bubble tea? Do you like bubble tea? Ah, Justin likes bubble tea.
Who doesn't like any a cup full of sugar?
Yeah, Ken and Eli too.
Exactly what it is.
It's a national drink of Taiwan, right? Bubble tea. Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
They have bubble tea everywhere, and all the bubble tea shops do very well. And I don't know how come, like they can have so many.
Yeah.
And they keep having new flavors, like for example, that pineapple tart bubble tea.
Oh, they want to have it. So, so Justin, what flavor did you have yesterday? Okay, let's see what he types.
The main thing about Thanos is you always have to have his wrinkly,
Classic
his
flavor.
wrinkly.
Oh, classic flavor.
Yeah.
So the milk tea with pearls. I think I guess that's
Yeah.
a classic flavor. Okay.
In
How many
Taiwan,
percent of
in Taiwan, when you order anything, that's classic is 经典, right? But there's also the phrase original. Original means 原味. You always order 原味, which is the original flavor.
I think in Singapore these days, the one is popular is Mr. Coconut.
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 Oh.
Yes, the queue is so long, but it's really good.
Do they have? Is it coconut flavored?
Yes, yes. But even that is a 0%, right? It's quite sweet for me. So I don't know, like those people that order 50%, like Justin, I think they will get diabetes.
Oh yeah, I think so.
They're still young. Not like us.
Don't drink too much bubble tea. Just a little.
It's sugar, and then the bubbles are
Tapioca.
Taiwan they have like healthier bubble tea lah. That's
It's true. They
so that's
claim-
Thanos bubble
The
tea.
main thing about Thanos is you always have to have a wrinkly chin. Like that's his defining.
Oh, so Justin asked for 50% sugar.
How do you tell? It just vanishes into the.
bubble tea flavor. Looks like the taro bubble tea flavor.
Taro.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
totally taro flavor.
Yeah. So in Taiwan, when we order bubble tea, we can say 少糖、无糖、去冰, like those are the possibilities. So like with sugar, with no sugar, less sugar, less ice. Okay.
Okay, so there we have.
So Johan is asking, who is Thanos?
Oh,
Wants to
he's the
explain?
villain in the villain in the last two Avengers movies. So Avengers Infinity.
He's got the ring.
He's
The-
got
all the
all
rings.
he's got all 5 Infinity Stones, and in Endgame he's there too. So yeah, he's the big villain, Thanos.
Okay, let's go to 4-panel comics.
Okay.
You want to show? So all of you have your panels. So basically, often when we plan a 4-panel comic, we want to talk about planning for the comic.
Well, yeah. Normally there's
Okay,
a
Johan, I see it.
script
Yeah.
of some kind, or you have it in your head. You don't really have to, but you're trying to tell a very short story, right, in 4 panels. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So normally with strips, comic strips, this is called a comic strip, with like Garfield or Peanuts. The first 3 panels are your setup. And the last panel is called the punchline, which is basically imagine you're setting up somebody all the way, and then you play the joke on him in the last panel. Okay, so it's usually the exact opposite of what the third panel, the people in the third panel, your characters in the third panel are planning or are imagining, and then you change it back.
Do you want to show a sample, and then maybe you cover the 4th panel first, but you show the sample?
No, let's just draw it. Yeah.
We'll draw together.
Yeah, let's just draw together. So normally what happens is I do it a very rough pencil first, where I draw the characters. I'll try to be as quick as possible. I'm going to have to tilt my comic because I don't think you can see all 4 panels, right? Yeah.
So just to take you through the process, so he usually pencils and then...
So just very light, and...
This is called penciling.
Yeah. Very light, just to get... Mainly I do it just for placing things. Just the rough shape of it.
So he's going to draw 包子 and 虾饺. 包子 and 虾饺. The 2 dumplings are in our books. Yeah.
That's one.
So in this situation, 虾饺 is walking towards 包子, and 包子 is seated there drawing. 包子 is drawing.
So yeah, let me draw that first, I guess. Just very roughly. Almost can't see.
In the 3rd panel, the 2 of them are talking to each other.
Because you're going to erase these anyway, these pencil lines, okay?
So this is called penciling, penciling.
Now I'm going to start the inking. Okay.
So step 2 is inking.
Yeah. Inking is when you put your ink over your pencils.
So what's the effect, Colin, of like sometimes you have the character not like the Baozi's head is not full. You see a little bit cut off,
Well, that's just a panel.
but it doesn't matter, right?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Again, you see, I'm just using the pencil as a guideline. You don't have to follow exactly what you do with pencil.
So how do you indicate someone who's behind another person?
Oh, just you draw them a little smaller.
Just a little smaller. So whenever they're
Smaller,
behind, they're a little bit smaller.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Just the person who's far away from you looks smaller, right? And then they look bigger the more they come closer to you. Walking. Okay, you following so far? So the next thing I would do is, where is my eraser? Might lightly erase pencil marks, but don't feel like you have to. Okay, then I would write the words.
Hello, James. Welcome to the sessions. So what you can currently, Colin is teaching us how to create a 4 panels comic. So what you can do, right? Grab a paper and pencil and your markers, and you can just draw your own comic. Or if you have any question, feel free to share with us. Okay?
Okay, so I've written the words.
Colin, usually comics have word balloons, right? How do you
Yes, they
handle
have word balloons, but sometimes I know it can be tricky for some people. Sometimes there are some comics which just have a line to whoever's speaking. That's a simple way to do it. You just do this. Has the same effect. There are many famous cartoons that do just that.
Okay.
Okay, so while you
And if you use word balloons, you should actually finish writing first
Yes.
and then draw the word
so if
balloon.
you're going to draw the word balloon, you're
Because-
going to draw it around.
Yeah, don't draw the word balloon first and then do the writing. Do the writing first and then the word balloon.
So if you do a word balloon, you can do that like that. Okay. I'm going to move to the next panel.
Because I remember trying to write, drawing
a
the
lot of
word balloon and then
people-
trying to put the words in the word balloon and it doesn't fit.
Yes, a lot of people make that mistake the first time. Made a little mistake.
Mouth of it.
No, with a ribbon. Oh, never mind.
Yen Yen, I have question. Yes. So for your apps, right, the Dimsum Warrior app. So the process of the drawings will Colin draw first on the pencil and paper, and then later on transfer it to the digital art, or he will directly.
Actually, for the app, actually the first few stories, that's what I did. I would draw on paper and then we would scan it in and I would color it in the computer. But lately, I've just been doing everything on the computer, using a tablet and a drawing program.
What drawing program do you use?
I use something called Clip Studio Paint, which is like a cheap version of Photoshop. And it's made specially for cartooning.
Cartooning, okay.
Clip Studio Paint.
Yeah. Can you share like how long does it take you to finish one comic? Like from the story and then the drawing, and will there be, yeah.
Assuming I don't have to do anything else, I can do a story and the full artwork in about a week.
Because we have each book is about 20 pages.
Yeah.
20 pages.
Yeah. About a week to 2 weeks.
But a lot of time is spent editing the story to get the story right first. It's often it's starting with them. We put the idea on a piece of paper.
Yeah, we often write it in text first, and then the story is actually the most important part, not the drawing. You know, we have to make sure the story goes in a certain way. And then after that, you can draw. Otherwise, the drawings may not necessarily fit. Okay, so that's the second panel. It's showing Xiajiao.
Ta-da!
Drawing, ta-da!
Yeah, we usually spend quite a bit of time scripting, and then like Colin lays it out decide on like page 1 to 20, what's on each page. And then for a 20-page book, the punchline is on page 20. So we have to have the punchline on page 20.
Thank you.
Like there are comic artists like, is it XK CD who his is mostly stick figures. So he uses stick figures to tell stories, and it's very, very popular. So the good thing about comic art is that
you don't have to be able to draw very well.
You don't have to be able to draw very well. Most actually the storytelling.
Storytelling in the end.
Yeah.
Nobody expects you to be a great artist.
So the pen that you're using, is that often used by comic artists?
Yes, it is. In this case, it's a Sakura Pigma pen.
But you also like to use a zebra pen.
Yes. That's usually, but it's a bit too thick for this sheet of paper.
So it looks like you're using capital letters for. Oh, so by the way, this is called lettering. When you write so we had penciling just now, and then Colin started inking, and then what he's doing now is called lettering.
So yeah, I have a question. Yeah, just now you mentioned that like the scripting part is the most important even before you draw, right? So how do you all brainstorm ideas of what to draw from, maybe from daily lives or things
From
around you?
scripting.
How do you, yes, how do you come up with that
How do we
idea?
come up with
Yeah.
ideas? Yeah, daily
Yeah.
life.
So it's actually everyday life. So for example, we have one story where Bao Zi is very busy on the phone all the time. So it's actually from when our daughter was like 2 years old. She liked to take our cell phone and look like she's very busy all the time, and walk around ordering food. So then we use that to create a story of
Our very first book is about
yeah.
how to get our daughter to sleep.
Yeah. So from everyday life,
Take your inspiration.
yeah.
So that's the first book. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you tend to write about what you know, right? So
Yeah.
what do you know except your everyday life?
Yeah.
And that's usually your, and even if you're writing about characters that are fantastic characters with superpowers, what makes it interesting is actually how you connect it with your everyday life. That's how your characters become believable.
Then we had one story which then sometimes we actually have something quite like a message, but we have to say it in within the Dimsum Warriors universe. So for example, when Black Lives Matter, I don't know if y'all know about Black Lives Matter, kind of fighting against racism in America happened. We made because of that, we created a book called There's a Hole. And in that story, there's a hole on the road. There's a hole in the middle of the road. And then Bao Zi and Xia Jiao say, who's gonna cover up the hole? And keep blaming somebody else will do it. Not me, because it's not my hole. I didn't make the hole. And then Xiao Mai comes with a piece of wood to cover up the hole, so it's for everybody. So we wanted to kind of communicate the message of like certain things may happen in the world which is doesn't look like it's our problem, but we have to do what we can to help the situation. It all matters. So then we did it through the book of There's a Hole in the Middle of the Road, what do you do?
I mean, you should say that you thought it was Black Lives Matter. I always thought it was about climate change.
Oh,
Okay.
really?
Yes. And any problem, any hole that big hole and pretty big hole that people see.
Yeah, like you see a hole, what do you
interesting.
do? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, like for the story about the hole, my kids has read that book and they really love it. Like they keep on going back to that story. They find it very funny. How like suddenly some like the Xia Jiao comes in and covers up, and then the two started shouting. After that, they realize, oh yeah, that's what they would need to do. Like, although the problem is already solved, they still continue to shout. I'm not sure if that's another message. That's quite funny. Yes. Yeah, like those people who caught on the wave too late, and and everybody here has already solved the problem. Yeah. Then the story about like putting the child to sleep. That one is something that I identify with a lot. So especially, I'm not sure, is it your experience, Colin, that when you dad talked to the Bao Zi, like why the Bao Zi should sleep, right? One of the element is if not, the wife will scold me, you know. So I really connect very much with that. Yes, like very true.
And
yeah, so yes.
Sorry, just getting back to the comic strip, we have the last panel. So as you can see, there's a progression, right? The first is Xia Jiao is saying, hi Bao Zi, what are you drawing? And then Bao Zi goes, ta-da, he shows off his artwork. And she says, but that's just a blank piece of paper. And he says, no, it's a polar bear in a snowstorm.
Oh, you have to draw 2 dots.
Don't have to.
For eyes.
Can you see even that in a snowstorm? So yeah, and then you see her reaction, which is like face palm.
Okay, so
this is a classic comic strip.
Like a 4-panel
Yeah,
comic.
classic 4-panel comic. I'm going to put it on the diagonal because then you
Yeah.
can see.
So we're open to questions. So you are going to have to work on your own. You can choose from any of the characters that you created or any of your own characters. But questions, any questions about how to put this together?
I think they're still drawing.
Yeah.
But frankly, just tell your story, whatever it is. You don't have to have it within 4 panels.
But it's kind of you
Yeah, there's a
drawing
discipline to
there's
it.
a discipline to it, right? That
Yeah.
you're forced to do it in 4 panels. Yeah.
There's a discipline to it, but you can also tell it in 8 panels. Sometimes you can, it can be to be continued in the next strip. I'd rather you all have as much fun as possible coming up with the stories, and just draw the story. Let your character deal with as many problems as you can throw at your character. Yeah, what if Luke Skywalker was a hamburger? Who would his father be? Darth Burger.
So it can be Luke Skywalker looking for his father, and the last one is Darth Burger.
Luke, I am
I
your
know.
burger. Luke, I'm your father. I'm wondering if these kids even know that story, if they've even seen the original.
Okay, open to questions. You're going to be creating your own, so ask any questions you have. So it's the same, even when we do a 20-page story, or like we've also done screenplays for movies that they are like 120 pages. It's actually very similar. We know we start the beginning, and then we often do the beginning and the end first. So we know that the end echoes the beginning, is connected to the beginning somehow, and then we fill in the things in between. So that often happens too with what we do. And if you see our 20-page stories in the app, you will see that about 2/3 ways, about panel 3, the equivalent of panel 3, about 3/4 to 2/3 way, somebody gets very emotional. There's a big explosion, so that it kind of sets the stage for the conclusion. There's often a big explosion of emotions or something about panel 3.
And if you go and watch any movies, right, you'll notice it's the same.
Same thing for
It's about
Star Wars, and so about 2/3 way, there's always
3/4 of the way. It's usually like the most emotional or lowest point, or it's usually when you're the hero or the main character.
There's no way out.
Yeah, they feel like, oh my gosh, I'm trapped, I've lost, and then the final section is no, they fight back and they win.
Yeah,
I guarantee you, almost every movie out there follows this same pattern.
So you see it even in a 4-panel strip that
just the lowest point.
They're talking, and then panel 3 is the lowest point.
Because it looks like
nothing.
Xiaojiao is basically saying you did nothing, right?
Yeah.
And so you are the setup is that Baozi has no answer for it, but actually she does.
So just to show you, so often when this is the beginning of the story, we bring it to the lowest point, and then the last bit it comes up, and then somehow readers are very happy with that structure and they feel good about this structure. French films, of course, don't do this, right? French indie films go down, and then it goes even further down. So you're like, but often like more populist films, narrative that people like, they like this narrative where you go down and then
fight back up.
And then fight back up.
You think you've lost, but then you fight back and you win.
Yeah.
The depressing independent films is you think they're going to win and then they lose even more.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think those things that we like to watch, like Avengers, Star Wars, is more like the go down and then up type of
Yeah.
That's
plot, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Hmm.
A lot of I would say like the Japanese films, like Ada films, they probably go down and then there's a slight up, but not very high. It doesn't go very high. The victory is not huge. It might be a small victory. It might be a family victory. Yeah.
You know, and mixed emotions. So they don't have to win. There might not be there might not be victory.
Something like Doraemon is interesting because Doraemon doesn't really have a villain, does it? Does it have a villain?
No, they have
Finish
adventure.
with my comic strip.
Show? Who's showing? Oh, Yen is showing? Okay, let me see.
Awesome. I like your sunglasses.
Oh, look at that. Oh, look. It's coming straight. Up, and away.
Oomph.
Oh, lowest point, literally.
Great.
And what's the last one? I can't see the words on the last one.
Falls down.
Falls down. Okay.
Falls down. That's cool.
So
You
it's
like
the
Robin and
reverse
Hog?
of the structure. Very nice.
So it can be a twist, right? Up, and away. He falls down, and the last one can be down, and down.
Down and away.
Down and away. So it can change the line, right? The last one, the words can be, oh, I changed
Right, yeah,
my
to make
mind.
it look like he
He
intended.
did it deliberately.
Yeah.
So down and away.
That's very cute.
Yeah. So it can be up and away, fly, fall flat, and then the last one change the words to down and away. So then the end echoes the beginning.
Yeah, and Colin will be taking the lead first from this session. Then we'll continue for a little bit more.
Next week, when we meet again, bring your comics that you've made, and then you can share you can read to us what you've made. I think that should be quite fun to do.
Yeah.
And if you have special requests for what you want to learn to draw, you can also ask us. Like there was one of our sessions, somebody really wanted to draw like anime eyes, and we had a really great session drawing anime eyes. So if there's anything that you're working on that you need help with and you want to learn to do something, you can ask us also, and we can prepare for it for the next session. Okay, but please download our app. It's free. Dimsum Warriors. You can sign up for a free account on our website, and you can get 6 months completely free. You don't even need to credit card information or anything. Just completely free.
Yeah, and it has lots of silly voices. It's got
comics,
games.
Yeah,
a lot of fun stuff.
Thank you.
Yeah, great hanging out with you. We'll see you next week. Next week, right?
Next week.
Yes. Awesome.
Thank you.
Bring
Yen
your
Yen,
question.
Colin.
Thank you.
All right. Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Stay safe.
Thank you.
Bye.
Participants, please stay back for a while first.
Okay.
Yeah, and Colin, thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Wow, you draw that.
Okay. It seems that Eli drew a lot of things. I want to.
Hello, yeah, he showed me his stuff. Looks like he had fun. Yeah, yeah, drawing is his kind of stuff. So he really enjoys drawing a lot.
You mind sharing with us what he drew, or Eli, you want to share with us? Like just show us longer on the screen. Like I just caught a short glimpse. I couldn't see clearly.
Oh, okay. I get him to bring him in. Yeah, he. Sorry, it's a bit reversed. Cannot unreverse it. So, yeah, I don't know what words he's writing, so I cannot read his words. His handwriting is quite bad. Okay, but yeah, okay, maybe
Can you do the voice over, Eli? Like,
Eli!
There's a lot of bam, haha, and then, I don't know what is it. Right, then a lot of sounds. I think there's a lot of sound effects. Yeah, it's very action packed though. Are they fighting or something?
I was just trying to mimic what Colin did. Because I find what is interesting for me this session is look at how he drew, the techniques that he used. So for me, I didn't draw any original comic. I was following like how he was trying to structure the picture and trace. but mine is still something like this. Yes. Yeah.
Ah.
But I learned some good skills from him, like I say how he write the text first and then put the bubble. Then it really goes in very nicely.
Yeah.
And then by doing the penciling, then the main structure of the picture is really nice. So yes, that was what I was doing.
So in the beginning, I just mimicking what Colin is doing, and then I was actually taking the challenge from Jaden. He was mentioning about Thanos and bubble tea, but I ended up making a Hulk bubble tea instead. Yeah, because I don't know how to draw Thanos. Yeah. Then here for my panel, for comic panel, I have these two characters. So this is actually based on my dog, and then the panda is actually my husband because he has a panda eyes. So my husband likes to roll his eyes a lot. So I asked like, why do you like to roll your eyes? And then he said, because I like to. And then I said, the dog said, but why? It's not good for your eyes and it's rude when you show it to people. So it's disrespecting people. So he said like, but I didn't mean to be rude. And then he just continued rolling eyes. So I went to check in the Google, is there any benefit in rolling your eyes? So apparently, there's a informations here. You'll be doing these eye rolls on purpose to help strengthen the muscle in your eye sockets. So it's like doing doing exercise with your eyes. But of course, if we do it in front of people, it's still a little bit rude. Yeah, that's all from me.
So you can take your time from now to next week to beautify your drawing, make it draw some nice outlines, color your character and whatever. Okay? Or if you want to continue your story beyond the 4 panels, it's also fine. So it's entirely up to you. Okay, so we'll see you guys next week.
Very happy to see everyone drawing so intensely. Yeah, so carry on. Okay, so we'll hope that you have some fun time with Yen Yen and Colin just now, like seeing how a professional work as well and sharing their story of how they make comics. Okay, so continue to draw and we'll see you next week.